What's up, chooms? Welcome back to Void Cypher, your hub for all things gaming. Today we're diving deep into the electric future of the Cyberpunk universe. We've got the latest on Cyberpunk 2, codenamed Project Orion, and a quick nod to some rumors about new Cyberpunk 2077 DLC. With Night City still buzzing and a sequel on the horizon, there's a lot to unpack. So, grab your Arasaka tech, plug into the net, and let's jack into this expanded rundown of what's next for the Cyberpunk franchise. Let's roll. Let's kick things off with the star of the show, Cyberpunk 2. Officially confirmed by CD Projekt Red back in May 2025 as Project Orion, this sequel is shaping up to be a massive leap forward for the franchise, and honestly, it's got the entire community buzzing. CDPR's North America studios, specifically in Boston and Vancouver, are taking the lead, with around 96 developers actively working on it. They're also teaming up with external studios like Virtuos, so this is clearly a huge project with some serious firepower behind it. And here's the game changer: Cyberpunk 2 is being developed in Unreal Engine 5. That's a massive shift from the Red engine used in Cyberpunk 2077. Why does that matter? For one, it unlocks way more flexibility for world building and AI systems. Think lumen-powered lighting, nanite textures for high-detail environments, and much more dynamic city behavior. The world could feel denser, more interactive, and more alive. CDPR has even said this game will prove the full power and potential of the Cyberpunk IP. That's a bold claim, but given how Phantom Liberty redeemed the original game in a lot of players' eyes, there's real trust building again. Now let's talk setting. While Night City was iconic, neon-soaked, gritty, layered, it looks like Cyberpunk May 2nd take us somewhere completely new. Multiple leaks and a few job listings hint at a quarantined, dystopian Chicago as the main setting. A lawless city ruled by rival gangs, experimental tech zones, and fragmented corporate influence. Imagine the verticality of Night City mixed with the chaos of The Division, but with that signature cyberpunk flair. We could be looking at zones completely cut off from the net, districts ruled by AIs gone rogue, and underground hacker enclaves that rewrite your cyberware in exchange for favors. Some fans even speculate that this Chicago could be a testing ground for pre-AI warfare, with Blackwell breaches becoming a core gameplay theme. Story-wise, CDPR is reportedly drawing heavy inspiration from Cyberpunk Red, the tabletop RPG that bridges the gap between 2020 and 2077. That means more world lore, deeper faction conflicts, and potentially the return of classic cyberpunk figures, or their digital ghosts. There's also a lot of chatter around player choice. Multiple sources suggest we may get a more Mass Effect-style branching narrative system. You could align with Netrunner cults, anti-corp rebels, merc syndicates, or play double agent between them all. Think reputation systems, moral consequences, and endings that really diverge depending on your actions. Gameplay-wise, CDPR seems ready to push past the limits of the original. We're talking dynamic weather that impacts stealth and vision, NPCs that adapt based on your reputation or past decisions, and mission chains that can be interrupted or altered mid-run. Imagine taking on a corp raid only for another faction to ambush you halfway through, or your past actions causing an entire mission to be a setup. And don't forget vehicles. If they evolve vehicle mechanics, we might get customizable AVs, full AI driving modes, or even underground tunnel routes. Flying vehicles may be a more central feature this time, especially with Unreal Engine's world streaming making it possible to render high-speed vertical movement more efficiently. Let's not forget multiplayer. CDPR mentioned back in 2023 that future titles will incorporate online components. While nothing's confirmed for Cyberpunk 2, fans are speculating everything from asynchronous multiplayer invasions to co-op missions in the net. If that happens, it could transform the entire experience. Imagine taking on a heist with a friend in a procedurally generated data fortress. Now shifting gears for a sec, Cyberpunk 2077 still isn't done. Back in June 2025, CDPR announced Update 2.3, originally planned for June 26 but delayed indefinitely to polish things up. This update is rumored to include new perks, additional combat tweaks, expanded vehicle AI, and possibly even new minigames. Fans have also been asking for improvements to kart metro travel, and whispers from CDPR dev streams suggest they're listening. There's also a growing theory that Update 2.3 includes direct references to Project Orion. Some players spotted newly added graffiti around Kabuki with coded messages. One even references "The wind blows east," possibly a nod to a new city. There's also talk of new data shards mentioning unrest in the Midwest. Coincidence? Probably not. The Ultimate Edition on Nintendo Switch 2 launched in June, and surprisingly, it's a hit. CDPR managed to nail the port with solid performance, full cross-progression, and smart Joy-Con control mapping. It's proof that they're still committed to keeping Cyberpunk 2077 relevant, even while the sequel looms. Now, what about more DLC? A resume from a Virtuos developer mentioned additional quest content being worked on as recently as Q2 2025. Fans think it could be a final pack of gigs, maybe focused on overlooked characters or districts like Pacifica or Haywood. Others believe it could be a short narrative arc that bridges to Cyberpunk 2. There's even a screenshot circulating from CDPR's internal Slack that shows 6 blank character portraits with encrypted names. What do they mean? No one knows, but it's fueling wild speculation across Reddit and X. One possibility: the characters are part of a secret setup for an anthology-style intro in Cyberpunk 2, where you start as one of several pre-made mercs before going full custom. Another theory? They're legacy NPCs from 2077 making a return, digitally, biologically, or something in between. What's clear is this: CDPR is laying the groundwork for something massive. And even if Cyberpunk 2 doesn't launch until 2028 or beyond, the community is ready to wait, as long as the devs deliver on what this universe is truly capable of. Speaking of the Cyberpunk universe, huge news for Edgerunners fans. Cyberpunk: Edgerunners Season 2 is officially in production and heading to Netflix. Announced at Anime Expo 2025, Studio Trigger is back with a brand new standalone 10-episode story that promises to be darker, sadder, and bloodier than the first season. Kai Ikarashi is directing this time around, and if you loved the jaw-dropping visuals and intense pacing of Season 1, get ready for more heat. While there's no exact release date yet, production is in full swing. And word on the street? We might see Cyberpunk 2077 DLC tied to this season, maybe some gear, side quests, or even locations featured in the anime, similar to how David's iconic jacket made it into the game. Plus, don't sleep on the Edgerunners Madness comic launching February 2026, which dives deep into the gritty past of Night City and could plant seeds for future storylines. Between this and Project Orion, CDPR and Studio Trigger are making sure the Cyberpunk universe stays alive across games, anime, and comics. Alright, chums, that's the rundown. Cyberpunk 2 is shaping up to be a game-changer, with a new city, Unreal Engine 5, and a story that could redefine the franchise. Update 2.3 and that possible DLC will keep Cyberpunk 2077 fresh, but all eyes are on what's next. What do you think? Hyped for Chicago? Dreaming of new Night City quests? Or are you just counting the days until Edgerunners Season 2 drops? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more neon-soaked updates on all things Cyberpunk and beyond. See you on the net, Samurai.